This week, we're talking parking, fall, and some of our more interesting neighbors. Coming up. Hey folks, welcome to Stay Classy Brambleton. I'm Jerome, joining as always me. I just said joining as always me.
Yeah, you're always joining us.
I am. Is Kelvin, Ingmar, and Jahi, who is going to be joining us via satellite as well.
Hey guys, happy to be here, fellas. Let's get this show started.
Okay, first topic today, let's just jump right into it. We're going to talk about the arrival of fall here in Brambleton, my favorite time of year. Gentlemen, what tells you that it's fall in Brambleton? Your favorite part. Go ahead.
Well, my favorite part is when I go into a store and I see all the Halloween decor right next to the Christmas decor, and then I see all the leaves piled up. And my favorite is when there's giant piles that my kids like to jump into on the parking spots.
Jumping in leaves on the parking spot. What about you, Kelvin?
I think for me it's that drop in temperature when you bust out the knitwear, you know, a little bit of hot chocolate on some evenings. Jahi, what do you think?
Fall in Brambleton, man. I think of fire pits, roasting marshmallows, making s'mores.
All right.
To me, I mean, you're close, but the answer is, of course, what makes fall at Brambleton is people on the B sites complaining about people parking. For example, we have one here, sort of a long, sort of ranty post. That's how I know it's fall, because people are parking where they shouldn't, you know?
I think they're just trying to park wherever there aren't leaves.
Yeah, I think so. But then another thing that tells me that this time of year is the best time of year is I think of landscaping, because this is when they aerate. This is when they get ready for next year. This is when the magic happens in Brambleton.
Oh, that's huge.
It's a landscaper time, and nothing tells me that a landscaper is awesome than how well that they park. I think I'm the only one who does. I use a gentleman called Antonio. He's fantastic.
No way.
You should definitely.
That's amazing. I use Antonio. I didn't
I thought I was the
know
only
that
one.
anybody else knew about Antonio.
Well, I mean, my guy's called Antonio. I don't know who he works for, but...
You think it might be the same
Is it the
Antonio?
same Antonio?
Well, I mean, possibly. I mean, he does his yard after mine.
Dude, every Friday he does mine before he does both of y'all's.
Huh.
Oh, that's a good choice.
That's a good choice. There you go.
Well played.
So I think the reason why I went with him is because, like I said, you should see the way this guy parks his equipment. It's just you can just tell this is a professional.
So what does it look like when maybe a bad landscaper parks? What does that look like?
See, what it looks like is something like this.
Oh, you have that.
But I
whoa.
want to say something. Even though this made it around
Wow.
the sites, I would have to actually say, like, but look, there's the cones there.
Oh.
So I think if you're gonna park badly, you put cones there, and that solves the problem. I think that's the Bram way. Is look, you might be blocking a blind corner, right? So I might try to cross street with my dog or something, get hit by a car that can't see me come around the corner, but that's okay because there's cones in front of it.
And that's what happened wrong back on the fire lane. If that person parking had used the orange cones, that
Solves.
negates the fire lane. Like, yeah, it's
Exactly.
a fire lane. You put the cones out, now it's a parking spot.
You know, Jahi and I were talking about this the other day. So Jahi, we were talking about orange cones. Remember?
Bro, I use a cone just to hold my space in line so I can go to the bathroom.
Well, that's one point of view.
Exactly. Gotta love that.
Well, there is one more post on parking I think is worth sharing. Around October 6th or 7th, someone parked in the Harris Teeter,
Whoa.
and there were two larger vehicles, and this one got a little bit personal.
Wow.
What do you think of that? There.
Well, I can't help but notice no orange cones.
Great observation.
That's-
That's fault number one. But I don't blame the drivers.
No, you can't.
No.
Okay.
They were
They
set up to
shouldn't be
fail.
supplying the orange cones. That should be Harris Teeter.
So, question I'd ask is, can a parking space expire? Like, is it possible for it to expire?
I know that the people who wrote me that ticket in Old Town thought my parking expired because the parking meter was at 0. I've heard if you live in Brambleton, you get a parking ticket in Old Town, Alexandria, you just throw that thing out, right?
Yeah,
That
because it's an old town. I mean,
Right,
no
right.
one
No,
cares
no,
what
no.
old town
That's
is.
not a Brambleton ticket.
Right, not Brambleton. So is that what you mean by expired? Is that
Right, because as we all know, right, you know, we've had some experience with the Harris Teeter, with the expired milk,
Sure,
right?
sure.
And we've had some expired meat.
Sure,
course.
expired vegetables, yeah.
So
sure.
it would logically say maybe there's an expired parking space.
And so the person tried to pull into said
Right.
expired parking space,
But it no longer exists.
but no exists.
It went bad.
Well done, Harris Teeter.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
That's one for consistency.
So Jahi, tell us a little bit about your thoughts on parking at the Harris Teeter.
Well, it's all about those orange cones, man. Put one of those bad boys in the parking space, you'll never have to worry about parking again.
Okay. But he was chewing tobacco, so to me, does that make him?
Wait,
No.
does that make him a vegetarian?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So it seems to me like, But here's another interesting neighbor that had thoughts about not just Harris Teeter, but pretty much about anything at Town Center. This person starts to comment on in a sort of a stream of conscious way. I think it was just basically one giant sentence talking about everything in the Town Center within about 500 yards or 600 yards of Harris Teeter, so that makes sense. And just sort of just laid it all out there, and then talked about some children too in Brambleton, which, you know, people want to do, I suppose.
You know, we've talked before about the importance of posting on the correct B site.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think there's one additional dimension. You really got to pace yourself. You really got to focus in on one business at a time. Okay, had an issue with Scotto's Rigatoni. Okay, that should be one post. Nick's Tavern, that should be a separate post. You really got to space it out.
I agree. I think you lose credibility. Like, I don't know who to be mad at. I can only be mad at like one thing at a time.
And it's not the Brambleton way. The Brambleton way is we're upset about one thing.
Yes.
Right.
Then we fix it.
Oh, and it has to be something that we don't experience personally,
Right.
because that's important too.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is a Brambleton style post. Where would this post?
Makes you wonder, who are our neighbors?
Greetings, Jerome. This is your subconscious speaking. Very excited to be here. And oh my goodness, it's 1940s. I don't know why, but that's more your issue than mine. Anyway, let's take a look at one of your local neighbors right here. Looks like this gentleman has been expressing himself in a very inappropriate way at the local library. And oh my goodness, maybe he has late fees, but you know what? We might want to watch those dollar bills when he turns them in. And look at this local hero here. Protest schmotest with this camera junkie. Oh my goodness, look at the quality of that sign. Barely legible in any language right there. Lack of creativity. Who's using cardboard nowadays anyway with a Sharpie? And oh my goodness, lack of commitment. Where's the friends? Could you have not at least called up your mom to join you on this protest? And absolutely no. And even when the dog looks like it's trying to find somewhere else to poop, absolutely struggling right here. And here we go again, Jerome. This one with the orange. Orange is the color of chaos, they say. Maybe orange should be the color of stupidity. We have a beach towel on the shoulder, which may indicate where's the beach. Well, let me tell you something. Where's the humanity in this individual as they try and enter other people's property to remove things without asking? That's right. This individual is clearly a thief, but a thief that has an incredible barber.
So there you go. So what'd you think about that?
Oh, that's crazy, yo. The dude with the sign.
What?
You know, the three guys, the sign person at the school, and we had the library person, and we had that other person who was like running around the neighborhood. I just saw that in my head. You guys couldn't see that. I mean, it was right there in my head.
Dude, you didn't see that? I saw that.
Are you talking about the person who had a COVID mask protest sign?
Yeah, that was one of them.
Near
You
the
didn't see.
school.
We just had a whole
Oh.
sequence on it. Isn't it?
You know, poor guy. Look, this is clearly a cry for help. He just doesn't want to take the dog for a walk. That's all this is. And after having that picture and that post put out there, I think his wife is going to make sure that the kids walk the dog from now on.
I'm planning to do the same thing so I don't have to empty the dishwasher, to be fair.
Yeah.
But when you do that, just make sure this is a low-res protest sign. You really got to do a proper sign with black Sharpie on a big white board and bigger lettering to make sure everybody sees it.
I heard that a lot of people thought he was panhandling as opposed to protesting, and he walked away with $58.23.
And with that, I think we're going to wrap this show up for this week. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please click that thumbs up and subscribe. Make sure you click the alert icon so you can be advised every time one of these comes on. And remember, I've been Jerome, these have been your experts, and you've been you, and we'll see ya real soon. Well, cheers. Cheers.
Happy autumn.